What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about Bionano Genomics, ticker symbol BNGO, and we're going to be going over the institutional buying that has been occurring in Bionano Genomics over the past quarter. There have been a lot of new institutions that have initiated new positions in Bionano Genomics, which is usually a very good sign for the long term when a lot of institutions start to buy a given stock. So we're going to go over all of those institutions that are buying Bionano Genomics, and we are going to go over two important catalysts that could send Bionano Genomics stock going higher in the near future. So before we get into all of that, if you guys enjoy the information I provide for you in this video, please go down and smash that like button. It really helps me out a lot. Costs you nothing to do it, and if you guys want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that big red subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video, so you get to stay up to date on all of your favorite stocks, learn about a couple of new ones, and see exactly which options I am trading and which strategies I am using to trade them. So we saw an absolutely crazy day out of Bionano Genomics on Friday. We saw the stock go up $2 during the trading day, up about 17%, and then after hours we saw another 25-cent increase, which is about another 2% in the stock. So in my opinion, Bionano Genomics is set up to have an unbelievable 2021. I've talked about the rumors that ARK Invest might be buying Bionano Genomics, but as I'll show you later in this video, it doesn't really matter if they buy at this point. There are so many institutions that have pretty substantial positions in Bionano Genomics, and overall, the fundamentals of the company are amazing. They're coming out with unbelievable saphyr studies almost every single week, which we saw was taking the stock all the way to the moon. So let's go over briefly some of the catalysts that we are expecting to send Bionano Genomics stock going higher in the near future. So if we come over to Bionano Genomics Twitter, we see that there is an upcoming webinar, Beginner's Guide to Optical Genome Mapping, the key to structural variation detection, with Dr. Sven Bachland, Vice President of Scientific Affairs at Bionano, will walk through the basics of the technology in structural variant detection. So if you don't know, the saphyr is really good at detecting structural variants, and what that enables the clinicians and researchers to do is detect illnesses such as cancers earlier and actually come up with better treatment options for the individuals that have these diseases. If we scroll down a little bit further, we can actually see that Eric Homland, PhD, Bionano's Chief Executive Officer, is scheduled to participate in a fireside chat on Thursday, February 18th, 2021 at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time, which is going to be about 4:30 p.m. Eastern time. So this is going to be after market close this coming Thursday. If you are a Bionano Genomics investor, you are definitely going to want to watch this fireside chat and listen to what this CEO has to say. He could provide some forward-looking statements on where he thinks Bionano Genomics is headed in the future and how they plan to get the saphyr out to as many researchers and clinicians as possible, which in my opinion is the most important thing for the company right now. They have the technology. It's proven to be super effective. They just need to get it out to a wider market. So let's take a look at some of the institutions that have been buying Bionano Genomics over the past quarter and quarters. Typically, when we see a lot of very popular and large institutions buying any given stock, that is usually long-term bullish for the company, because all of these institutions have incredibly smart analysts crunching the numbers on these companies, creating projections for the industries that they are in, and figuring out how much of a market share that these companies will be able to have in the future. And if they are pouring a lot of capital into these companies with all of the research that they have at their hands, that we probably should have a lot of confidence in these companies as well. So if we come over here, we can actually see that Hudson Bay Capital Management has about 1.92 million shares of Bionano Genomics, which is a very substantial amount, especially with such a small cap stock like Bionano Genomics. Now we can take a look down here. We can see that Vanguard Group actually upped the amount of shares that they have. We'll take a look at that in a second, but in total they have about 7.132 million shares of Bionano Genomics. So when you multiply the amount of shares that Vanguard owns by the current share price of Bionano Genomics, you get about a $100 million position that Vanguard owns in BNGO. So if we come over here, we can actually track the previous buying behavior. And in the past couple quarters, Vanguard went from 200,000 shares to 354,000, then massively ramped it up to 5.5 million. And then over the past quarter, we saw them buy an additional 2 million shares of Bionano Genomics. And when you take a look at the previous chart of Bionano Genomics, we can see that when Vanguard was buying, this stock was a true penny stock. And they are making some serious money on their Bionano Genomics position. Now, if we go back to the original page, I've actually sorted this by the filing date, and everything that you see highlighted in green is a new position. So all of these funds have newly initiated positions in Bionano Genomics. We can see JW Cole Advisors with a very small position of 20,000 shares, LPL Financial with 10,000 shares. We can see basically all of the people that have newly initiated positions have not bought a lot of shares except for this one right here. So VTSMX, Vanguard Total Stock Market Index Fund Investor Shares, owns about 5 million shares of Bionano Genomics. So this fund, VTSMX, is actually closed to public investment at the current time, which is kind of interesting. They basically track the entire stock market, and it's very interesting to see them have a pretty massive position in Bionano Genomics. What's great about this page right here is you can also see some newly initiated short positions. Now, if we come down a little bit further, we can see Blackstone Alternative Investment Funds, Blackstone Alternative Multi-Strategy Fund Class 1 actually has a short position of about negative 2,300 shares. So that's not a lot at all, but it is interesting to see that there are institutions out there shorting this company, because in the long term, it seems that almost everybody is bullish on Bionano Genomics. Their saphyr system is able to help so many people in a lot of different forms. We saw Bionano Genomics helping out with pandemic treatments, where they were looking at people's genes and figuring out who was more susceptible to come down with harsher symptoms, and figuring out treatment options for people that came down with this virus. They were also able to actually map someone's genes on the autism spectrum. So they were trying to come out with better health outcomes and try to figure out some treatment options on how to help individuals on the autism spectrum disorder range. And we also saw a lot of cancer studies, specifically with leukemia. So in my opinion, Bionano Genomics is a great investment for the long term, but nothing I say is financial advice. Everything that I say in these videos is for educational purposes only, but we do have another event coming up for Bionano Genomics in the near future that could either send the stock going way higher, or we could see a pullback. If we come over here, we can see that the projected and estimated earnings date for Bionano Genomics is March 9th, 2021. Now, this is not the confirmed date that Bionano Genomics is going to be reporting their earnings, but it is a good indicator of around the time that Bionano Genomics should be reporting their earnings. So I think we could see either a week or two after this date or a week before March 9th, but we're going to have to wait a couple of weeks to see exactly when Bionano Genomics wants to confirm their earnings date. But what's important about this is if we come back to Bionano Genomics' Twitter page, we can actually see Compute on Demand is a pay-per-use computing solution. So now in the future, Bionano Genomics will be able to receive revenue for their computing software that they have partnered up with Microsoft Azure to provide. So in the future, I think we could see Bionano Genomics revenue jump up a lot if they are able to get the saphyr out to more researchers and clinicians. But we have seen throughout Q4 of 2020 a lot of good news come out about the saphyr, and I think the most important thing that we are going to need to be looking out for in Bionano Genomics earnings report is the company's guidance. If they issue guidance, which I hope they do, it's usually not a great sign for the short-term share price if the company withdraws their guidance. We've seen this happen happened with a lot of stocks over the past year. They'll blow it out of the water with their earnings, but they won't offer any guidance, and that sends the stock going lower. I'm hoping to see some really good guidance out of Bionano Genomics. I'm hoping to see some more distribution plans for their saphyr, basically more technology, and see what they are actually planning on long-term having the saphyr able to do, and anything else bullish for the company going forward. So that is going to be it for this update on Bionano Genomics. Again, if you guys enjoyed this video, please go down and hit the like button. It helps me out a whole lot, and it's free for you to do. It costs you nothing to do it. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video, so you get to stay up to date on all of your favorite stocks, learn about a couple of new ones, and see exactly which options I am trading and which strategies I am using to trade them. So I hope you guys are having a really profitable day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.